Well, superstition is something that's really an important aspect of life, especially in that first century time. But understand, people are superstitious to this day, and many of the superstitions from the first century are superstitions that people follow today. So it's kind of interesting. The other thing too, I think people become concerned when you're dealing with a Bible story, with a Christmas story, especially that we portray characters in the best light. We kind of tend to put these people up on pedestals and make plaster saints out of them. They're not. These were real people, and Mary's mother would have been a real first century person. And so in the story, we get into some of those superstitions that people actually believe. They're based on real research. For example, if you dig around in ancient Palestine, the way the archaeologists have done, you'll find these little bowls that people buried in their doorsteps, which were meant to be a protection against the Lilith myth. Now, I'm not going to tell you too much about the Lilith myth, but it was a superstition that some people still maintain today. But that superstition was very predominant at that time, along with other superstitions. So I brought them into the story. It adds a lot of fun to it, adds to the suspense, adds to kind of the aspect of Satan and his involvement in the Christmas story. So the superstitions are real from that period, and they're consistent with the actual culture. You know, I want to try to portray the culture as best as I can, and at the same time make that culture real for a modern American reader, so it's not so foreign that you can't understand it or you can't relate to it. So what I'm saying here is, yes, it's the original story, it's the original culture, but I cheat a little bit here and there, so it's a little easier for the modern reader.